95, 2005. Seen it with my eyes. Dope still alive. Real mall eyes. Real raw eyes. Real whole eyes. All time highs.
Let's continue. So can you not save the side stories? There's no save button. A face that seems familiar. So Yuri was the third to join? Sarah's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her! It's the girl! It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sarah had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sarah continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica and this is Sayori and we run the literature club. Even though it's just us so far, but... What's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait. Really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone's welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori and this is Monica. Sayori, I already... Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like, books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy's cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? I can't say I have. Oh, well she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. You can't save it the story. Once you click it, it's go through and maybe quit. That's interesting. I mean, they're not too long. Like, each side story. They're probably, what, like 10, 15 minutes? Something like that? You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. No, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sarah nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sarah silently exchanging glances. Oh my god. I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have like no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it seem kinda like that? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. Damn, imagine Sayori telling you to be optimistic. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just really got anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kinda scary you can point things out like that, Sayori. Sayori low-key, like... Monica wouldn't have done shit without Sayori. Like, Sayori low-key was like the catalyst for the club. So when the game takes place, yeah, I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against a dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with a short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets down the book on her desk. Just as Sayori fears, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think like, if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh. Okay. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances over at Monica. Monica. Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that it was probably irrational. Wait. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just walked out. I was actually really hoping you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for other reasons too. Such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of people at once. So, it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Knives? Blood play, genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sayori pauses, a look of concern on her face. Concerned Sayo face. How about I tell you something I'm into and you tell me something you're into? I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into crafty things, like rope, like making cute little collages or decorating things, like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but then I put it off to the last minute. So yeah, that's something kinda silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much, it's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So, I have to share something I'm into now, right? Sayori nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. Hey, I'm not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. Yeah. Cut. I like going out into the woods, or to the park. Just places where you can walk to sit and not have any people around. It's peaceful. It is kinda nice to go to the park, not gonna lie. It's been warmer outside. I've been walking in parks more often. It's kinda nice, not gonna lie. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it, I could see Yuri like at a park reading a book. Wow, I feel like I'd never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monika chiming in every now and then as well. Monika had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. Always wrap it up, people. So, are you two going to be starting on that book for the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. I feel like we need a Sayori beam counter for how many times Sayori has beamed. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monika with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monika are left in the club room. Sayori, you're a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. Feels really nice when I can put my energy toward other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind she'll have a great time here, with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kinda scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again. Monika went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri's talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Nah, Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still... I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because... I know that you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But... if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. What's up, Cervantes? Are you gonna upload this to YouTube? Yeah. I think I'll do the original game again, too. It's funny, because I've saved, like, all the videos that I've done throughout, like, all the streams. I haven't uploaded to YouTube in a while. I just got lazy. I don't even know if it's lazy. I was just busy. And I just didn't really have time to, like, upload all that to YouTube. But I will definitely for this. Doki's really popular on YouTube, so yeah, I definitely will. I have a lot of other content too that I could upload to YouTube. So I'm gonna be doing this. The side stories for this. After this, we should be pretty close to completing the entire gallery. Depending how close we are, I might just complete it today. Do Kingdom Hearts after that. Get caught up with Artie so we can continue our race. There's so many games I want to play. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake, I still have more to do with that. Probably want to play Naruto again at some point too. And then I want to play my Switch games. I played a little bit of Breath of the Wild on my own. Be fun to stream that again, or Mario Odyssey. There's so many games. There's so many games that I've started that I haven't finished to play. And then Pokemon too on the other channel. So, yeah, there's a lot. I'll figure it out. I'm also busy working out again. Busy with stuff outside of gaming. So, but yeah, this will definitely go to YouTube. Maybe I'll be able to get it up by tomorrow, I'm not sure. I think so. I'm gonna be really busy. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly. So it just sounded like something fun that we could do together. Reading your books. You know, like, as a club activity. That would be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place. And you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sari pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sari reads the cover of the book. Duskbell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. It's Duskbell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes. Like maps, timelines, family trees. They're just for taking notes. Notes? Yes, that's an effective strategy. Exactly. I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sari's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. But thinking about it, she decided that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you, you're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. I guess that's true for anybody though, right? Like the more experience you have something with something, the smarter you are about it. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you. No. Sari rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sari through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sari seems to have. But despite Sari's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. Ash Mizu, thank you for the follow, welcome. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry? I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way. Yuri giggles, filling Sari's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we could get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sari jets Yuri's patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Suri flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, Chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Suri speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Suri turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sari's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions had been reversed, with Sari easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now? Or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing she'll come across as stupid, yep. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So, what are your thoughts to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and keep doing my best so I can see it the way that you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore. That's all. Damn, this is awkward. Yikes. You're gonna make Sayori feel bad, Yuri. I'm sorry that I made you... Yuri leaves. You weren't making me... Sayori's left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were just having fun a second ago. Oh, no. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. Oh, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. No. Aww. She just Yuri just kind of felt like, Yuri kind of feels the same way though. She feels like that she showed her something that wasn't interesting or whatever, I don't know. Staying focused on her goals. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate an experiment with their ability to change their contents of their VM? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observations apply to our own universe? Bonus, how can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? Whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and it runs the risk of drawing eyes. I have no idea what these mean. Got a picture for Yuri. A new art for her. What else did we get? And we got a new song. Did we? What song did we not listen to? I guess this is all new, huh? This is new, this is new, this is new, this is new. Interesting. Let's see how our completion is looking. It's getting there. Once we finish the side stories, this is gonna be very close to like completely done. Yeah. We've gotten a lot of these sketches. Promo. How do I get these promo ones? Select the word horror. Delete Monica for the second time. Interesting. Alright. Understanding part 2. The plot thickens and becomes more convoluted. Yep. Alright, I'm guessing we're gonna have some heartfelt moment between Sayori and Yuri. I think I remember the CG. I think I saw in one of the trailers. Isn't Sayori like behind Yuri hugging her? Is that what it was? I guess we will find out right now. I need to respond to this email. Please send me a quick reply to confirm that you got this email. Alright, how do I reply to that on my phone? Okay, here we go. Wow. Who is this from? Okay. Email, looking forward. Let me make sure I don't need to say anything else. This is an important email. What's up, Gaul? How's it going? We got a nice side story going here. These stories are pretty good. Okay. Is there anything else I need to respond to, or can I just say that I got the email? Okay. Make sure I spelled the name right. Jamie. Oh, I almost spelled it wrong. Yikes. Jamie. Imagine. Dude, get this. There's a bug in my face. Cool. Send. Sending. It should send from my phone. Alright, let me make sure it's sent. 1 second. This is so weird the way this is like organized on my phone. Mail folders. Sent. Okay. Yeah, it's sent. Cool. I should be good. For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-depreciating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's gonna leave such a bad impression on new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds around the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica's utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Oh my goodness. Did they not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Sayori sitting alone inside. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica's worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic, she realizes, that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer, then go around to billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off, leaving Sayori by her lonesome. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up at the stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. No, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard of the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again as if she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. I'm gonna murder this fucking bug. Get out of my face. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's just an issue with me. so I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Oh. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're gonna have all kinds of people joining this club. Hopefully, anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? I could talk for hours about things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of, or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into that third category. What? Hold on, you're saying that Sayori's taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. I'm gonna murder this bug, I swear to God. Sayori is... I swear to God, it keeps trying to fly close to me. Too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Cut. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori's different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say way better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exasperating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be her friend. I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to be good communication and talk about it. Have good communication. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. My head is just... it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. Yeah, that's kind of what happened yesterday. I don't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session. But I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. Nah, you're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monika smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monika's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monika finished replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monika did most of the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never gonna feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns to face Monika. You're not just gonna wait outside, are you? Nah, I could take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use like an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it'd be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monika waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri? Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Yuri shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayori's been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. Aww, she's taking notes of the book. She's trying to understand. But I got most of the way through it. And look, Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. Why, Yuri? Why? Why do you have to be like this? Why can't you be happy for this? I was afraid you were just getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. This is terrible, man. Sayori's trying so hard for you, and she tried so hard all day for you, and you're really gonna hurt her feelings by being like this. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. These two together is just, oh my god. They really, like, their personalities are so bad for each other. Like, their negative the negative parts of their personalities, like, feed off of each other and become even more negative. Yikes. They need to have the talk or something. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand, so if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently, just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together you really like. Oh my god, Yuri. I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees, her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing began to stream down her face. Yeah, this is where Sayori does the hug, right? This isn't how it was supposed to go. I briefly remember what it looks like from the trailer. Why is it so hard to just articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here, before Monica sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monica what she did. Aww, dude, Sayori is honestly the glue of the club, holy shit. Monica wouldn't have done shit without Sayori. Yuri wouldn't have gotten over this without Sayori. Like, Sayori is honestly the glue of this whole club. But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. Yeah, that's CG. Oh my god. CG is gorgeous. It's interesting I can't right-click on these like I can in the base game. Aww. Poor Yuri, though. I do kind of feel bad for Yuri. Like, she's always been, like, the weird kid, right? So she's just so used to, like... Even if somebody isn't that way, you just, like, learn over, like... repeatedly having... What am I trying to say? Like, Yuri's repeatedly have... people think she's weird or not interested in her stuff, so she's always has been programmed to think everyone is like that. But Sayori's not like that. She's genuinely just trying to make her happy. Aww. Dude, I feel the worst for Sayori, by far. Because Sayori, like, even when Monica breaks down or when Yuri breaks down, Sayori's always there to help. Like, these girls wouldn't have done anything without Sayori. But Sayori's the one who's hurting the most. And the one who had the most tragic ending out of all of them. That's so sad. Sharp jaws? What does that even mean? Oh, you mean their jaws are sharp? No, they look good. That's how No, that looks good. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Dude. Sayori is too pure for this world. These side stories just make me feel even worse for Sayori. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through her clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise, I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. Fuck, my mic's been muted the whole time. Holy shit, because I blew my nose. Yikes. I'm sure you guys read along. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna read this again. It's okay, Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through a clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise, I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Sayori understands at the best. Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing out of pity. And what I was saying is like, yeah, that's what she's learned. That's what she thinks. That's what her brain has been trained to learn. I'm so horrible with people. So if it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make my friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading. So I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel like it'd just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know. But my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But the best part is that we're all different and we have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise, that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I'm gonna learn the reasons you love it so much. If only Yuri would take this advice for Natsuki's manga, and vice versa. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile at the comment. Aw, look at her little smile. The little wavy smile. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Aww. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. That was wholesome as fuck. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But, we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course. I'm not gonna judge anything this early on, though. So we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back! Monika's back. I haven't seen you like at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monika. She whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monika. Oh, yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. And a little inside joke with Yuri. Yuri laughs. Monika perplexedly looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as a literature club. Sayori doesn't ask for consent. Nope, what's up, Jetman? How you doing? Been a while? It hasn't been too long since I streamed again. It's been a while since I played Naruto, yeah. I think I streamed before this game, because this game released yesterday. I think I streamed... Last time I streamed was Mario Party, which wasn't too long before then. It was either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. And so I think maybe before yesterday was like a week. Or 6 days or a week or something like that. Streaming in general? I mean... it was a week before yesterday. I had played Mario Party. I played a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake when it dropped. Before that, yeah. Before that, it had been a while. Yeah. Storm 4 has been a while too, yeah. I got a lot of games that I'm going to be playing. Storm 4 is somewhere on that list. I'm keeping up with everything that's going on, though. I'm not out of the loop. It's like our first real activity is the literature club. How have you been, though, Jet? About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. If you've never seen this game, by the way, it's like it's a psychological horror game disguised as a cutesy visual novel. And right now we're doing side stories with the side stories are the cutesy visual novel part of it. Understandable. Been good? Nice. I think that it would be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn about the things that you like. Yes. Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. Alright, is that it? Alright.